So I was totally crapping my pants about receiving this item because it's very rare and valuable. And I got it for a steal. And if it arrives broken, I'm in big trouble. So cross your fingers for me. Actually, I'll show you why I'm scared. Okay, so $60, right? Okay, hold on. All right. So the seller was selling this for $97 with an auction, and it had 1 day left, and it had to make an offer. And it's these rare perfume bottles, very, very ultra rare and very expensive. And you see the beautiful crystal. These are French. And I was like, there's no way in hell, there's 4 of them, by the way. There's no way in hell I'm going to win this even for $97. And so what I did was I waited until there was about a day left. The person did not know anything about this. They put a question mark. So they did not know really how expensive and valuable these were, even though they did start it at $97. It says winning bid, but I did a make an offer, and I offered her $60, and she actually accepted. And there you go. Now you know why I'm scared. Now, I didn't want to rouse too much suspicion, but when I did win, when she accepted my offer and I paid, I did say, can you please make sure you wrap this really well? She did put stickers about glass. I said, please make sure that you wrap plenty of, wrap these bottles with plenty of bubble wrap and padding and fill up any open gaps inside the box and spaces, because they will rattle around inside the box and chip. Because I will never, ever see bottles like these ever again for $60, especially 4 of them. And yeah, that's pretty much... Okay, she double boxed it. Okay, very, very good. And everything's like getting stuck to my hooker gloves. Sorry about that. I wear them because I don't like the way my hands look. I'm very self-conscious. A very, 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 very self-conscious person with very, very little confidence. And if you wonder why I always wear these gloves, it's not because I'm like trying to be like cool or edgy. It's because I really have a severe phobia of people making fun of me. And it's anxiety. Yeah, anxiety is not fun. All right, so far, so good. Okay, we got a nice cocoon of padding. And I want to actually, let me go in my drawer here, my handy dandy drawer, and try to get a scissor to cut this open without damaging anything. And I will be right back. Cross your fingers for me. Oh God, if these are broken, I'm screwed. Okay, so at $97, this would have been a bargain, even at that price. And there was 38 watchers. And thank God that the seller wasn't wise to my game. She probably figured nobody bid on it. I don't know what this is. Somebody's offering me real cold hard cash right now. They're offering me $60. The auction probably will end up with no bidders, perhaps. Let me get a sale. And so that's why, oh God, I'm nervous. Nervous in the service over here. That's why, I'm so nervous that these are broken, because I will never see a day, even at $97, for another set quite like this. And wow, what did she do here? What did she do? This is like being an archaeologist and trying to get the relics from King Tut's tomb out without damaging it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, wow. That's actually smart what she did. Look what she did. That's actually quite smart. But I don't... Oh, how did she do this? Okay. Okay. How else did she do this? Uh-oh. One of the stoppers is missing. Oh, shits. Oh, it's intact. It is not chipped. This is crystal. This is actually antique crystal at its finest. Hand cut into a diamond shape. Let me actually... There we go. All right, I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to take away all this mishmash over here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I collect a lot of Baccarat glass. Baccarat was a glass maker, like an exquisite. It's like the Mercedes-Benz of glass. Back in the day, still in business today, all the way back in business in the 1700s, I believe, and made glass for kings and queens and the French royal court. And so I try to collect anything Baccarat and French Empire in style. And French Empire is like this neoclassical look, almost like with Greek and Roman gods and goddesses. This one is actually from the Napoleon era. We have the Napoleon's eagle that was placed on things during his coronation. And you can see the angels going around. It has a little damage. It's missing a little bit of its laurel leaf. But this is actually true Napoleonic Baccarat glass. If you go around, You see all the, look at the eagle. That's Napoleon's symbol. And these are very, very, very expensive, these French Empire pieces. Really, really quite expensive. And that's when I saw this, I said, oh my God, it would be great to have two of these pieces together. And yeah, that's what was on my mind. I was like, I want two of these pieces so I can display them together. Let's take a look at the piece I just got. I'll hold it up to the light. Actually, let's hold this one up to the light. And you can see, look at that. Look at that beautiful old Baccarat glass. Really quite gorgeous. It's crystal. And that's in the French Empire style. And let's get the other piece. And it keeps getting stuck to my hooker gloves over here. Oh, come on. There we go. All right, so that's unhooked. Let's go ahead and show you the other piece. And I'm going to hold it up to the light. I'll be right back. Look how this shines. Look at that. It's like a diamond. And those diamond cut stoppers, or I think they call it diamant or something like that, is gorgeous. Look at the collars with that doré. They call it doré, I believe, or ormolu. It's like a gold bronze. And we have the beautiful muses on the side. And you see these almost neoclassical design of these goddesses going all around the bottles. Really quite gorgeous. Look at that. And I'm afraid I'm going to drop this. My hands are actually shaking like I'm a dry drunk. You know, like the people that like gave up alcohol, but their hands still shake. No, I am not an alcoholic. Never drank before in my life. But this is actually pure anxiety. You're watching my hand shake from anxiety. And let's hold that up to the light. Look at this. Look at this. This is absolutely amazing. 4 bottles, all for 60 bones, $60. And I really got lucky on this deal. So when was something like this made? Now, I will tell you, there was a revival for pieces like this, the French Empire style, and Baccarat generally made them in France, around the 1920s as well. So it's hard to really tell. I'm going to look actually on the bottom. Now, the older pieces, the ones from the early 1900, 1920 time frame, would have been impressed with the words France in the metal somewhere. And the original ones wouldn't have that because there was a law sometime around 1897, anything that was imported into the USA by McKinley, President McKinley, had to be marked with country of origin. It would have to be impressed with the words France somewhere and or any country of origin that the item was coming from. So since there is no marking of country of origin, this is telling me this is probably one of the earlier pieces prior to 1897. That's not to say that there could have been possibly a sticker on the bottom, and a sticker could have been stuck to the bottom and it could have fell off. That's actually likely as well. But I'm going to guess that these are actually the real antique ones, French Empire, made between the reign of Napoleon and Napoleon III. Napoleon III was his nephew. And these are beautiful, beautiful Baccarat crystal bottles. I'm going to pull them out and show you. And I'm going to show you how much these suckers sell for. Okay, so we have our fancy dancy music on. And I'm going to try to remove one of the bottles. And you can see they're cut at an angle, so they fit inside this little caddy. And lovely, quite lovely with their original doré little collars. I'm going to take the stopper out and look at it. You can see this is hand cut or hand blown glass. The little diamonds, you know, to get this diamante, were all done by hand on a special glass wheel. I'm going to put that down, pull this back, and you could check out this glass. Look at this. This is really, really thick, heavy lead crystal. Again, probably made by the company Baccarat. Look at the center. Oh my God, these are just gorgeous. It's almost like in a diamond shape. I'm going to put this back in the caddy. Now, these caddies came with 2 perfume bottles in a caddy, sometimes 1 perfume bottle in a caddy, 3 in a caddy. But the ones with 4 or even more are very rare. And can I get this back in? Yes, there we go. The more bottles, the more money it's worth. And this is just absolutely exquisite. Let's check out what these suckers sell for. And you're going to realize why I was so nervous about these coming broken. So here's a set of 3, 480 euros, which is actually more money in the US. So this would be more than $480 in green. Really cool. 19th century style Napoleon III. So during the reign of Napoleon III. So that's probably about 1860s, actually 1850s to the 1870 time frame. Really cool. Let's check out some more. And here's another design. And it has 4 bottles. Price 380 euros. And very, very beautiful. Actually, these are really nice. Let's check out another one. Hold on one second. And I'm going to show you like all different kinds that you may find. And here we go. All right, so this is $650. And yeah, look at that. It's in a caddy, and there are, I think, how many bottles? 4 bottles, I believe. Yes, 4 bottles with the Doré and the Ormolu. Not as fancy as mine, actually. Selling for $650. Dated Napoleon III. Really cool. And one on First Dibs with a tortoiseshell style glass. This is actually more fancy, but very similar to mine. Being sold for $1,995. Insane. And here's another set sold. It says $900 asking price. Don't know what the asking price was, but on First Dibs, they always generally get around the asking price. This website is really like the Mercedes of antiques. And here's a set that has actually 3 perfume bottles. And quite pretty, actually. Yeah, very quite pretty. They fit, you see, they're shaped like diamonds, and they fit in the caddy. Really cool. And here's another set for 330 euros with a 3-bottle set. Really quite cool. And they call it, this is actually translated from French to English. It's a nécessaire, I believe they pronounce that, meaning it's like, it has a holder for necessities. And Empire, let's see, XIX. I suck at Roman numerals, but probably from the mid-19th century. And here's another set, not as pretty as mine, being sold for $595. Now, you must be saying, well, they didn't get the price for that. Does it really sell for that high? Yes, trust me. These get the price. Okay, so I hope you learned something. These actually were perfume bottles that were not commercially sold in stores. These little bottles would have been filled up. A lady would actually have to fill them, and these would be reusable. And these are actually probably from the Napoleon III era. Napoleon's nephew. This one is older because we have the French carnation of Napoleon eagle on it. And you can see Baccarat did not really mark their items. Actually, Baccarat didn't start marking their items until the 1930s. So if you're looking for Baccarat glass, you most likely will not find it marked. But you can actually recognize it from a mile away. After you learn more about glass, you'll know about quality, and then you can actually realize, wow, I really have this great glass. It's not 100% sure or certain that it is Baccarat glass, but most likely, if not, another really high end maker in France made these beautiful glass pieces. So once again, thanks for watching, guys. I was so lucky. I played almost like a card game with that seller. I used psychology because I figured with 1 day left, she realized that there was no takers, no one bidding at her $97. I offered her, a lowball offer, expecting her to turn it down, but you don't try, you don't ask, you don't receive. It's always worth it just to give it a try and see if you can actually get a seller to actually work with you. And now I was able to add such beauty to my collection. So long, and I'll see you guys all soon.